retaining, battling it out with Tamanello. Tamanello gets the tap down, but it's sharked there by Conyers, unable to get the quick kick away, but it's Blackburn who gives the first centre break, sending the ball inside forward 50. Ball bouncing around there inside 50, but no one able to take clean position, and the umpire crosses himself. There will be a ball up right on the paint of 50 for Blackburn. Umpire moves in, players set themselves up, back ball goes again. Tap down there, won by Patterson. Ball falls to the feet of the pack, the ball bouncing around, unable to break free. Blackburn get a quick kick away from the contest, and the ball heads out to the vacant centre wing. Leading the contest out there and taking a really nice mark is Jackson McDonald, looking to send the ball back inside 50 for Montrose. Poor kick there, bounces around, grabbed there by McIntyre for Blackburn, dishes off, but it's sharked there by Waters, who sends the ball deep for Montrose inside 50, looking for Schilling, unable to take possession, and the ball trickles over the boundary line adjacent to the point post, deep inside the forward 50 for the Montrose Football Club.
And Frosty, you have to give a shout out to the catering today, an American theme with the International Cup, Dr. Pepper, Mellow Yellow and Mountain Dew. And there we go.
Ball comes back into play there as Tamanello looks to get the tap down, falls to the feet there of the Blackburn player in Xavier Murphy, who kicks the ball out to the centre wing. Blackburn leading the chase for the ball bouncing free on centre wing. Falls favourably for the Blackburn side, who are able to break away from the contest. It gets it out there to Harkins, who looks to dish off, finds his man there out there in Jake Hammond, who kicks the ball inside 50 looking for his intended target, and it's marked inside forward 50 by Anthony Fagan, who puts the ball onto the boot really quickly and slams home the first goal for Blackburn inside the first 2 minutes. 1 minute and 40 Blackburn into the first quarter. It's Blackburn 1 goal, 6 Montrose yet to score.
He's obviously a key figure, isn't he, Fagan? And we saw that last week. He was probably one of the more admirable players for Blackburn in a losing side. He's always a barometer for that team.
Well, he's been out, hasn't he, for quite some time, and I think they look a better unit with him back in the side, no doubt.
Well, the Dr. Pepper, the Mellow Yellow and the Mountain Dew's out. I'm waiting for the Philly cheesesteak and Mile Highs to arrive.
We've got the Cactus Cooler, the Hawaiian Punch. I love it. Look.
American theme out here today at Montrose Recreation Reserve, and it's Blackburn that draw first blood. One inside forward 50 for 1 goal. Ball in the middle of the ground. Lindgren couldn't quite release the tackle, and he's been pinged for it as well, holding the football. So Blackburn another chance to surge forward. Right in the middle here, short passes on and went straight into the man of the mark, so Lindgren was able to make good, but his handball went a little bit askew. Still across centre half forward now for the Blackburn Football Club. And a strong tackle is laid, and we will have a bounce. 50 metres out from the Blackburn goal line. They lead this game by 1 goal. 1 straight 6. 2.5 minutes into this first term. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 98.1 Radio Eastern, EFL.org.au all afternoon today. We've had an early start. Here's Fagan, little handball over the top again. Can it get a little toe poke home? And he can't. He had to rush it through for 1 behind. First blemish for the Blackburn Football Club, and that sets them into 7-point lead out here in the first term at Montrose.
Montrose need to get into this game early. If they get too far behind, you feel that 2 or 3 goals, if Blackburn could get up, it might be hard for them to come back, but they do need to get into this game.
David Bell brings the ball back into play, but it's a very poor kick, and it's intercepted by Chris Clay on the paint of 50 for Blackburn. That was a really poor kick in from the point for the Montrose Football Club. He'll be disappointed with that, and Clay's going to go back and line up here from about 55 metres out on a 30-degree angle. So this kick should send it right to the top of the goal square. Be looking to put everything he can behind it as he comes up on his steady approach there and sinks the right boot into the ball. Ball fades away to the left-hand side though, and it's going to trickle through for a behind. Blackburn 1-2-8. Montrose yet to score.
Loving the score graphics too on the EFL.org.au stream.
Bell goes short. He finds Conyers on the right boot. Just wanted to poke it outside the defensive 50 where Jack Garthwaite takes a steady mark. So across the half back line, Garthwaite weighing up his options. It was an absolute shocker off the boot, but it might work out okay right in front of the grandstand here. Little handball went into the arms of Gary Conyers. He couldn't break the tackle, and over the boundary line she goes right in front of the broadcast position. It's going to be a ball up, in fact, right in front of Barry Kotz, who looks like he's sitting on a beach out in maybe Hawaii or something like that. Looking very comfortable this afternoon is our Baz. Is going to pay a free kick from the stoppage. It's going to go the way of Benny McIntyre for the Burners. He'll probably go backwards here. He had a few options. The kick needed to be good. It was average, but Clay was up to the task. On the right boot, arch the back, kicks the ball inside forward 50 now for the Burners, and what a strong mark. that has been taken about 45 metres out, almost directly in front, and Jakey Hammond, you back him in with the best of him at all times, and he'll have a ping from on the paint, Brett.
Chris Clay already having quite a big influence on this game. He's not the sort of guy you want to let get into the game, because he's a very, very good player and stamping his authority already on this match.
So watching Jake Hammond here as he approaches.
Take it away, Peter Baird. Kicks the ball inside 450, looking, goal umpire does not move. It's a low kick, but it's straight through the middle, and Jake Hammond puts the second on the board for the Blackburn Football Club. Blackburn 2-2-14. Montrose yet to score.
Can I change my tip?
Oh, gee, you don't. The year of little faith.
No, it's early days, but Montrose do need to get back into this game. I mean, have they had an inside 50 yet? I might think they have. No. It's been very...
they have. They had the first... They've had a couple, actually. They had the first inside 50, and then there was a boundary throw-in shortly after. So they did have the play for the first couple of minutes. Umpire back in the middle now. Tumanello got the tack down, but no one was there. Haining went after it again, in and under. Clay goes after it. He's heavily met very quickly... by Garthwaite, I think it was, who gave away a high tackle. In fact, it was Fraser Pope. So Clay got the handball away. That was okay. Got it away to Murphy. On the left boot, goes up towards the half-forward line. Getting absolutely crunched in the contest, and advantage paid now is to Weatherly for Montrose, who switches the ball out wide. Getting down low there was Pope, who takes a good mark. On the right boot, wants to move the ball quickly. That was okay. Brendan Gardle, he takes it, stops, props, and goes back over his mark. So almost up to the wing position here, Montrose. Weighing up the options, got a kick to the half-forward line. There was nobody home, though. It was a 3-on-3 situation, but Faulkner was there. Switched it across to Clays, and he having a few touches early in this piece of the game. Gets it away. Here's Kenworthy. Drop what he probably should have taken. Kenworthy, and you are gone. No, the umpire gave him a relief there and said that was okay. I think Daniel Fielding will be a little bit upset by that one. Let's cross down boundary side to Matt Fodia.
BOS. Blackburn working harder than Montrose, and you can tell that just from the rotations. They've had about 20 more with blokes coming off absolutely cooked. 1 minute break, get back on. Montrose a lot less running.
Tumanello got the knockdown, but straight into the arms of Schilling to the top of the goal square, where almost taking the mark there was Faulkner, but he had enough space to trickle it over the behind line and through for a minor score. That's the first for the Montrose side, 7.5 minutes into this first term on AFL Game Day. Division 1 football at its best, and it's the Burners 2-2-14 to Montrose 1 behind.
As Parker brings the ball back into play, looking for his intended target there in Tumanello, but he's over the top by Vecchio, who sends the ball back inside the forward 50 for Montrose. No one able to take the mark down. The ball's held up in a pack. The umpire calls for the ball, and it will be balled up about 25 metres out from the goal from Montrose.
Vecchio was good last week against East Ringwood. He's a player to watch. If he gets into the game, that'll be a big plus for Montrose.
Adam Patterson gets the tap out, looking for Schilling there, but the ball breaks free for Blackburn. Taking it away from the pack there is Kenworthy, who dishes off now. Blackburn get the ball out to the far side of the ground. Quick kick into the middle. Quick handball releases Clay again as he runs to the paint of 50. Puts the ball onto the boot, sending it deep, but it fades away to the right-hand side of the goal. Very quick transition there from the Blackburn Football Club. One end of the ground to the other. Unfortunately, unable to capitalise on the goal, though. Blackburn moved to 2-3-15. Montrose the one solitary behind.
So McDonald to bring it back in for the D's. He'll go to the mountainside of Montrose Recreation Reserve, and a strong kick out there, almost pulling down the mark there was Garthwaite. I thought he might have been paid that, and almost a chopping of the arms. Umpire was unwilling to give that one over the boundary line. She goes for a boundary throw-in, 55 metres out from the Blackburn goal line, leading by 14 points early in his first term. 9 minutes gone. Tumanello and Haining, what a ruck duel that is. Haining over the back, got the little flick out. Schilling was in there a long way out from goal. Charging through there was Benny Danaher. What a season he had, but over the top there, Fielding did well for the D's. They'll get a little bit of space here. Handball out wide to Schilling, got the handball back away. Here's Weatherly on the right boot, up towards the half-forward line, close to the boundary line. Hasn't stayed alive, but has it just inside the paint. And we'll have a boundary throw in about 75 metres out from the Montrose goal line.
You mentioned the mountainside, sorry Brett. It's fantastic picturesque atmosphere here at Montrose.
It's a glorious little ground. First time I've been out here, but I was just saying to BWS when we were out there before the game, it certainly is one of the more picturesque grounds in the comp.
Absolutely beautiful as the umpire throws the ball back in now. Blackburn have the numbers through the middle of the ground. Up into the middle they go, getting down low there was Hammond, might have got a shove in the back. The umpire said he did. It was Tiggy Touchwood, but he'll take it, and then he'll thump it every bit of 60 metres to the top of the goal square. And why wouldn't you go that way? It's going to be a difficult angle shot for his teammate there in Bathy, but he wants to switch the play. And, well, Blackburn just have the numbers, a little bit of not matching up there for the Blackburn side, which was for Montrose, which was disappointing, Damo.
Yes, and really just very costly right in front of goal.
So it'll be the third goal on the board now to the Blackburn Football Club as we cross the 10.5-minute mark of this first term. They lead 3-3-21. Montrose only the one behind to date. So a really good start here by the D's.
It was poor from the Montrose defence, wasn't it? I mean, Bathy took the mark and everyone just stood there and he was able to give it off.
Sammy Hudson putting that goal through.
Clearance is 7-3 in favour of Blackburn. They're dominating the contested possession 16-9 and already taken 5 marks inside 50-0 thanks to Choose Tough.
The ball back in the centre now. The umpire preparing to throw it up. Up in the air. It will go here as the two rucks will take contest here. It's now Patterson in the ruck, but Tamanello gets the tap down looking for his intended target there in Hudson. The ball bouncing around in the pack. It doesn't break free. The umpire calls for the ball and there will be a secondary ball up here.
It was uploading to a screen, but the
4-point lead to Doncaster East over Mooroolbar quarter time.
So even though I'm seeing
ball
here,
goes back up into the air here. Patterson looking to get the tap out, but it's Tamanello over the top once again. Ball breaks free. Billy Schilling looking to grab the tap. Falls for Bell, he sends the ball forward. Quick mark there by Sam Rickard as he goes back about 65 metres out, gets the ball onto the boot now. Looking for Garthwaite, unable to take the mark there, and the ball trickles towards the boundary line. Grabbed there by the player in Quirk, who's puts the ball onto the boot really quickly. Sends the ball deep inside the forward 54 for Montrose, but no one able to take the mark. Billy Schilling there lurking ominously, but the ball falls over the boundary line and out of bounds. Just 2 metres around from the point post. It's a bit better play there from Montrose, but unable to get the ball moving forward with any fluency whatsoever.
Noble Park by a goal at quarter time over Baldwin. Call your Jets, Brett Beston.
Schilling unable to grab the ball from the tap in. The ball falls to the base of the pack and a big group of players can send upon it. The ball's locked in there and the umpire will have no choice but to throw this one up here again. About 25 metres out from the goal for Montrose. Montrose looking to try and claw their first goal on the board. Up in the air goes the ball. Tamanello reaches over the top there of Patterson. Looking to try and get the ball. Unable to break free once again. Blackburn doing very well here just to lock it in there and able to get Montrose any free shot on goal.
Let's cross down boundary side to Matt Fodia.
I was just wondering, BWS, whether Norwood are beating Vermont, mate. That was the hot tip last night.
Well, from the score that Barry just showed me, that certainly doesn't doesn't say that.
From the ball up there, Patterson reached over the top,
really
trying to knock the ball into the path of his oncoming players, but unable once again to take clean possession. The ball goes over the boundary line again. We have 4 or 5 ball-ups or throw-ins now in the last couple of minutes. Look for the umpire to be paying a free kick as the ball comes back into play. Patterson taps the ball again, trying to break into clear space, but unable to do so. The ball goes over the boundary line once again.
Probably easier said than done, but Tamanello's getting a real free ride in the ruck, and they really need to get him there. The skipper Patterson, or maybe they need to make a change and get Cooper in there because he really is belting them in the ruck.
Ball this time bounces clear and falls into the path of Kenworthy, who slams the ball onto the boot looking for Harkins in the middle of the ground, able to take possession, and the ball bounces the way of Montrose. McDonald now wrapped up in a tackle in the centre of Montrose Recreation Reserve. Ball there, but it does finally break free into the arms of Conyers, who tries to get the ball moving forward, but it's smothered off the boot. This leading the race for the ball is McFarlane for Blackburn, unable to take possession. He's wrapped up in a tackle there himself by McDonald, and the umpire will call for a ball up here at the opposite end of Montrose Recreation Reserve from where it's been for the last 4 or 5 minutes. Up goes the ball. Patterson locking arms with Tamanello, neither able to take possession of the ball. Ball falls into the path of Conyers and he's wrapped up in a tackle, and once again there'll be another ball up.
Quarter time, Ringwood leads South Belgrave 39-20 at the Domvale game against Surrey Park. It's 35-30 with the Vales with a 5-point lead. A quick snap around the body now for Montrose up towards the wing position. The big flyer over the top there, and good mark there taken by Sam Rickard, who's off to the races into the middle of the ground. Will this sit up for Waters? He has a bit of space. He might go all the way, Waters. He sets sail for goal, but he pushed it right. He pushed it way right and hit the mini pine, the right pine, on the right-hand side and out of bounds on the full. It goes Kilsyth at quarter time, lead by 56 to 18, so a decent lead for them. Of course, Vermont taking on Norwood today, so I think Matt Fodia got up a little bit too early this morning with that last comment. I could have absolutely no idea what he meant by that, as the kick goes out wide now for the Blackburn Football Club, up towards the middle of the ground now. The kick, it wasn't crash shot. There was really no one to go after it at that instant. Rickard got the handball away. That was dangerous. Goes to Pope. He was met heavily, and now to be the Burners to go forward. In the arms there of Harkins on the right boot. Switches it inside forward 50 over the back of the pack. Sitting up nicely there for Thorpe. Snapper out of the body by Thorpe. No, he didn't have enough curl on it that side. And it goes through for one behind.
It's stuck in the tree, the football. They can't get it down.
Any volunteers to get up there? I tell you what, just saw Jake Harkins in the play there. He was very good last week as well. He's a good player, and he's also been involved in the game from a Blackburn point of view.
Just get a few of those American ruckmen, maybe they can reach it.
I vote Peter Baird. Who seconds that?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Only if you lift him.
We need the little
Give him a boost.
We need the little monkey Ray Baird here to scoot up the tree like a little ferret up a drain pipe, and he'd be able to get that one down in no time whatsoever.
We know he'll be listening to Razor. Hope he's recovering well.
As they call for another footy here, it's been relayed to the far end of Montrose Recreation Reserve. It will be brought back into play here.
Coldstream leading by 3 points against the Whitehorse Pioneers at quarter time. Some other around the ground scores with Bell to bring the ball back in.
As he does, David Bell puts a long kick out there to the far side, the outside of Montrose Reserve, but no one home for Montrose, and a clear mark's taken there by Blackburn, who the ball's going to come back just as quickly, looking for his intended target inside 50, and Harkins there, but the ball breaks free and falls out to the Montrose player, who sticks the ball out to the far side of the ground whatsoever. This time it's Rickard here, unable to take the possession, but gets the ball back. The ball's bouncing around in the middle of the ground. Turnover. Blackburn take possession, but he's wrapped up in a tackle. There is Jake Harkins, and unable to break free. So there will be a ball up right on the centre wing on the outer side of Montrose Recreation Reserve. Ball goes up into the air. Hayning looking to get the tap out. Fumanello over the top though once again. Ball bounces in the way of Hudson, who's unable to get his tackle. Montrose snarked the ball here. David Bell takes possession. Quick kick. Finds Conyers, who gets the ball onto his left boot, looking to send it inside 50. Players wrestle there, but unable to take possession.
Holding the ball.
That's a bit stiff there from the Montrose player. Looked to try and break free quickly from the tackle, but grabbed very high and brought down and paid for holding the ball. Blackburn dished the ball off there, trying to find some clear space there. Poor kick opens the door for Montrose as they're able to get the ball back, take possession again inside 50. Quick kick onto the boot, sends it deep to the goal square, looking for Schilling. Schilling unable to mark there, and the ball comes to the front of the pack. Blackburn players swarm upon it, and there will be a ball up here approximately 20 metres out from the Montrose goal. BWS.
Good tackle there by Quirk, but he needs to be in the front spot in that contest. It was a 3-on-1 situation, so it did make it hard for him for Montrose, but it is only 20 metres out from their goal line. They need something. Tumanello over the back, got the knockdown, the quick clearing click by Blackburn into the middle of the ground. It's been nicely chopped off. Here's Brendan Gardle, stops props into the middle of the ground. Here goes his Bell. He kicks straight into the man on the mark. That was a fantastic smother there by Prendergast, and he'll go after it again with a second effort. That's one of the plays of the day. Fantastic stuff. Hammond came in over the top for the Burners. Little look away handball, then had to charge after it again. They just have the numbers, don't they? Compton got the handball away, and now Blackburn will surge forward. Far side out here at Montrose Recreation Reserve. The squeezing kick inside to about the centre half forward position, where McIntyre will set sail for goal and push it to the right hand side. So wasteful as they go forward. Another behind. They've had all the scoring here. 8 scoring shots to 1 in this first term. Let's cross down boundary side.
Yeah, Blackburn are catching Montrose out in the break with their work rate there. They had about 6 blocks streaming inside 450 as McIntyre pushed that one right. So Montrose need to put their act together on the defensive rebound.
Not learning much from their kicking accuracy watching the international game beforehand.
Yeah.
Blackburn not making the most of their opportunities.
Something New Guinea could have missed in the earlier game, could they?
No. As Bell brings the ball back into play, the ball transitions out to the other side of the ground. Matt Little takes the mark now, about 30 metres out for Montrose, looking to get the ball back inside, looking for his man there in right, who is infringed upon, pushing the back, and he will receive a free kick here. Just weighing up his options, trying to work out where to go. Eventually decides to go down, long down the line, looking for Garthwaite. Big fly over the top, but the ball falls into the arms of Montrose player. Wrapped up in a tackle there by Matt Little, and the ball goes, it's going to be a free kick to Montrose here.
31-point lead to Forest Hill over Sylvan at quarter time as well, Frosty. Of course, this game just a little bit behind everyone else today, so scores will come in a little bit more infrequently as they go forward through Fagan. Blackburn, but nicely chopped off there by Tabernar for the D's, and he switches it out wide now. Here's a bit of a run for Waters. He might want to elect for a bounce. Instead, he might have the targets up forward. That was good. Coming out in front there was Conyers. Double back quickly, then sends it long. He's looking for his teammate there in Little, who had the back spot, but the kick went way too wide anyway and out of bounds on the full it goes. Very wasteful there, gentlemen.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I tell you what, boys, Jason Lindgren has been very, very quiet in this first quarter. He had a fantastic game last week, but he's almost been anonymous. He really needs to get into the game.
Lilydale and Upper Fentrick Gully all squared 2-1-13 apiece at quarter time. Frosty as Cruz brings the ball back in for Blackburn.
It is, but it is chopped off there by Montrose, who send the ball back inside forward 50, looking for Garthwaite. Ball goes over the top though, unable to take the mark, and heads towards the boundary line whatsoever. Blackburn are there in numbers though, and we'll see the ball over the boundary line right in front of the scoreboard there on the far side of Montrose Recreation Reserve. Montrose one behind Blackburn 3-5-23. 21 minutes into this first quarter.
Park Orchards trailing Baronia by 3 points at quarter time.
Ball back into play there, sharked off the pack by Fraser Pope, unable to get the ball onto his boot though. Dish back out to Montrose, who will feed it back by hand, and coming out, leading out, taking a very fine mark there is Conyers, who really hit up a really nice target and presented really well there, Damo, for the Montrose Football Club, and looks to go back and perhaps put the first on the board for the Demons.
And look, the Demons have had enough of the ball. They're just struggling to find that avenue for goal and really capitalising on a lead. This is the first time they've been able to do so.
He'll kick this. Conyers comes in, puts the ball onto the boot. Umpire does not move 1 inch there, straight over the goal umpire's head. Montrose open their goal account 1-1-7, Blackburn 3-5-23.
Very important there, the Conyers kicked that goal. I know you've watched him pretty closely over the last week, Brett. He's your new Jess Bolton, but he's a sensational player, isn't he?
I don't think he's the new Jess Bolton, but he's one of my favourites on this side. And if they are going to get back into the game, he will be one of the guys that will spark them, and that's a great start.
Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe on efl.org.au. Got the all-star team out here, the Green Boys working brilliantly on the cameras, as in the middle of the park we'll have a bounce once again.
If the Demons could capitalise on this momentum and stay within touch of Blackburn, they'd be happy with this first term.
Tominello versus Haining. Haining got that fist out there, Soupy, that time, and Montrose looking to go forward again, but stolen that time by Blackburn. Out wide they go, up towards the half-forward line. It's a one-on-one situation, and just to get no challenge really for Hammond in the end to stitch it in. But you heard Damo say it was a poor kick, and Pope was there just to mop up. Here's Tabernar on the left boot now, just wants to squeeze up a target in Bell, who was happy to take off as well, and then kicked it up towards the half-forward line. Had a little bit too much purchase on there that time for Little. It was knocked away from him, but Little was there. He took on a play, got the handball away. Schilling could kick a goal from here. Schilling does kick a goal. Montrose have got 2 in a row. Well, they did it the hard way, but when it's in the hands of a class act like Big Billy, at that point in time, he can just slam it through, and that's 2 in a row now for the D's. We're back to a 10-point margin.
They'll be ecstatic. Just picking up on Damo's comment, he said if they could go to half-time with, in the situation it was, they'd be delighted. They'll be absolutely over the moon. I mean, to get within, 10 points, and you just feel like they've been really totally outplayed in this quarter, but they'll be wrapped.
Yeah, for all their dominance, Blackburn aren't able to put the score on the board. 3-5-23, Montrose 2-1-13, as the ball's back in the centre of Montrose Recreation Reserve. Up it goes, Hanning gets the tap out, but it's only as far as Murphy there for Blackburn. Gets the ball out to Conker, who puts the ball onto the boot, sends it to the far side of the ground, unable to find his intended target there in Prendergast, and it trickles over the boundary line right in front of the Greener Vision sign out there. As the umpire will bring the ball back into play, Montrose setting up their defensive wall there in front of the Blackburn forwards. The ball coming back into play, Haining to lock arms again with Tominello. This time Tominello reaches over the top once again, but the ball falls to the front of the pack. Quick kick away there from Fraser Pope. looking for his man there in Patterson. Ball falls free though to Montrose, and they run through the outer side of the ground. Sends the ball deep inside forward 50. Out comes Gary Conyers once again. Kicks into the man of the mark. Unfortunately though, he had players trimming inside 50.
Great
and
smother.
Blackburn will rebound here. Blackburn through hands, send the ball out through Kenworthy, looking to try and rebound, but it's only as far as Fraser Pope there on the defensive 50-metre arc for the Montrose Football Club. He'll take his time though. Take his time, send the ball back this time, and it comes out in the way of Taberner once again. Taberner looking for right now, as Montrose looking just to maintain a bit of possession here, gets the ball onto the boot. This time hits up in Gardle. Gardle looking for his next target, next link in the chain for Montrose. Unfortunately doesn't know if he's going to be able to find that. He does find his man here in McDonald though. Short kick down the line. McDonald doesn't have many options here. Looks to go down the line himself. Take a mark, but it's a poor kick. And it's cut off there by Ben Danaher, who sends the ball back into the middle of the ground. McIntyre takes the mark, wheels and turns quickly and sends the ball inside forward 50. No one home there for Blackburn. The ball falls in the way of Gardle, dishes off the handball back, doesn't hit his target though. Conyers tries to mop up and break a tackle, but he's wrapped up there by Baffy, and looks like it's going to be a free kick out, holding the ball here.
Serious?
Didn't have a lot of options there, Gary Conyers. Didn't have much prior opportunity.
That is a terrible call.
And
really
he's going to be penalised here, and it's going to be Baffy that goes back to have a shot on goal. This is going to be a tough kick here, probably a 45-degree angle. Will kick from outside the paint of 50 metres here. So Baffy, an important kick for Blackburn, because Montrose have probably had the best of the last 5 or 6 minutes, just to wrestle back a bit of ascendancy for Blackburn. Approach is now a very deliberate approach, head over the ball. Comes through right foot into the ball. That's a beautiful kick off the boot. That's a beautiful kick there from Baffy as he puts it straight over the head. Blackburn get their 4th goal. Blackburn moves to 4-5-29. Montrose 2-1-13.
I'm sorry, boys. That was a rubbish call. I mean, am I the only one that thought that was rough? I thought that was really, really rough.
Well, in any case, though, I think Blackburn really needed that goal just to stem the flow. Montrose had the momentum in the preceding 5 minutes, and they finally have a buffer.
True, but those little calls can just sting. I mean, Montrose had a good little period. They've come down the other end, probably got a rough call, and now they've, suddenly from going with a manageable score, they're 16 points behind.
To be honest, I thought he went one way, then doubled back, and then went against Baffy with a high tackle around the head, and so he took on 2 players. To me, I thought it was fair, to be honest.
Okay.
Ball back in the middle of the ground, comes out. What's the chance here for fielding? This way, that way. He's going to get pinged. Good tackle there by Murphy, but umpire said it was okay. Shout out to Arthur Hall, listening in from Shepparton today, enjoying the call.
Artie!
And of course Wayne Brasher sitting at home in New York in the Bronx, eating his Mile High and big gigantic soda as they go forward. Here's Conyers, Montrose, strong tackle there by Benny McIntyre. You've got to reward those ones. And he's off to the races as well, waste no time. Oh, Little was right on his hammer, but he got away in just a nick of time. Hammond uses his body well. He can still go after it again for the second chance. Right on his hammer there was right. Little kick off the ground, or Baffy, well, he had a ping at it. He had a poke at it, really. And on to the right-hand side it is. So Blackburn, they have been peppering the goals in this first term. 28 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They lead by 17 points, 10 scoring shots to 3, 30 plays 13. Frosty Bear.
The ball comes back into play there, sending it forward. Here's David Bell looking for Garthwaite, unable to take the mark. Ball's full free to Montrose though, as the handball comes out to Matt Little, but the bell of quarter time, the siren blows, and it's Montrose who will go in 17 points down at quarter time as players head to their respective huddles to listen to what the coaches have to say, Damo.
Yes, certainly a fantastic first term in terms of skill level, but Blackburn